to any new ideas. They don't want any ideas even in your head that are going to even make you think about going in a direction other than the one that they're telling you to go. And this is why, and it's true. It makes sense because when people get exposed to new ideas, they start thinking about things like freedom and liberation. This is why, for example, if a man really wants to abuse and control his wife, he doesn't want his wife talking to her friends. He doesn't want his wife talking to anybody that's going to educate her or empower her, because then she might start to question the control he has over her. Right? So the same thing is true when you're talking about politics. The fact that there were people that didn't even want black folks to even have a conversation was absolutely disturbing. It was very disturbing to watch. And I still remember when I was on the phone with Ice Cube and he got a call from a lady from who was a higher up in the Democratic Party who said, "I am so happy that you're doing this because you have no idea how they are oppressing us inside this system. You have no idea how they're treating us." And this was a person that was actually inside the Democratic Party. So I don't know what exactly the solution needs to be. I'm not telling you what your choice needs to be. I'm not telling you at all who to vote for in the next election. Let me know if that's clear. I want to make sure you understand, because that's what people do. There's a lot of propaganda. So the first piece of propaganda they share is Dr. Boyce is telling black people to stop voting, or Dr. Boyce is telling black people to not vote Democratic. Dr. Boyce is telling black people to go vote for Trump. All those things are not true. The only thing I will say is you ain't gonna tell me who I'm gonna vote for. You're not telling me what to do. That's not gonna happen ever. And I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm encouraging you to do what's best for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing illogical about that. You don't think everybody else ain't doing what's best for them? Everybody's been doing what's best for themselves except for you. That's why you get left in the trash can. That seriously, everybody's been doing what's best for themselves, and somehow somebody thinks that everybody's supposed to do right by themselves except for black folks. The black people, they're the only boo-boo the fool that's supposed to sit here and serve everybody else. You literally are giving your life jacket to other people, and they are leaving you in the water. That's what you're doing. I don't understand that. The only person that helped me understand this on some level is Dr. Claude Anderson, because if you read his books like The Black History Reader and Black Labor, White Wealth, Black Labor, White Wealth is a powerful book because it shows you the origins of black slave thinking, where you believe that you are designed to be in servitude of other people for your whole entire life and get nothing in return. That's why after the last election, the first thing that Kamala and Joe did was they said, "Thank you, black women, for getting us into office." They said, "Thank you." And then we were proud of that. I got you in office. Look at what black women saved you again. And yes, black women save everybody. But I kind of want black women to also save themselves, whatever that means for you. I don't know what that means for you. I can't tell you what that means. But that's a little bit weird, I think, that we because we work for other people, we buy things from other people, we support other people, we do things for other people. Well, who's doing things for you? And then if the tables were turned and you said, "I want us to do the same thing, but I want us to switch. Instead of you being the landlord and me being the tenant, I want to be the landlord, you be my tenant. Instead of me being the consumer and you being the producer, how about you be the consumer and I produce things and you buy things from me? Instead of me being the employee and you being the boss, how about I be the boss and you come work for me?" And watch how quickly they tell you that that's an unacceptable deal. Watch how quickly they say, "Well, that's not appropriate. I'm not willing to do that." Well, why not? It was perfectly fine when you wanted me to do it. Do you understand? That's a little trick. I did that in business one time. I did, true story. I had there was somebody who did business with me. There's always people that want to come and do business with us, and she did a deal with us. And after we got done, she made a whole lot of money and we made a little bit of money. And I told my brother, I said, "I feel like I just took part in really bad sex. I feel like that she really enjoyed it and it was a great experience for her. And I don't feel satisfied. I don't feel like we really got anything out of it." So it was so great for her that her team immediately turns back around and they say, "Yeah, Dr. Boyce, we want to partner with you again because it was so great the first time." And I'm thinking, it wasn't so great for me the first time. But instead of saying no, I said, well, maybe I can just adjust the terms, right? Because you get what you negotiate, right? That's another thing too. You ain't no time for feeling sorry for yourself and all that. So you know what I did with my team is I said, okay, let's just renegotiate. Let's change the terms. Maybe we can make this a little bit better, right? And so here's what I did. I said, let's do a test. I said, let's give them the exact same offer they gave us, except we switch. Everything that we were going to do for them, they're going to do for us. Everything that they were going to give us, we will give to them. So literally, we were just going to switch. And instantly they said no. And so I was like, oh, so you were okay when I was doing all the work and you were getting all these rewards. But now that I'm asking you to do the same amount of work that I was doing, that's not an acceptable deal to you. So what that told me is that I played myself. I played myself. We all do. We all play ourselves. And we've all been in situations. We've all been in relationships where we were the giver and the other person was the taker. Let me know if you've gone through that. Or friendships where you were always there for them and they were never there for you. As soon as they would have you listen to their problem for 3 hours, and then as the minute you start talking about your challenges or your issues, they got to go. They got stuff going on, right? We all have, or when you go out to dinner, you pay for dinner, no problem, but they never paid for anything. And so really you probably played yourself too. If you're a good person, that's what happens. Sometimes being a good person makes you into a sucker sometimes. And I don't regret that. I think you should still be a giving person, but I think at some point you have to be able to draw those boundaries, right? And I don't think that as Black people we love everybody, we accept everybody, we support everybody. I don't know if we draw the appropriate boundaries. I don't think that we understand that you can't always be the consumer and never the producer. You can't always be the one walking up in somebody's store, giving them your money and having those people literally spit in your face and tell you they ain't giving you nothing back.